I have worked alongside Joe Reardon for decades in a number of civic roles, and in every role he has made a huge difference. He is just darned effective. In his role at the Chamber, he has been instrumental in helping this community achieve big ideas. He has used his platform to bring the community together to talk about difficult issues around race and policing. He's helping to build an inclusive workforce system. He's been an incredible partner in coalescing the business community around the pandemic, and he's been equally effective in other roles.
When we were starting our work at the Chamber, one of the more critical issues that was going on at that time was the airport and the work that had to be done in order to bring the community together around why this airport was going to be so important for our community. Not just jobs, but also bringing companies to our community and just creating a better community for everyone. And Joe, amazingly, did over 100 presentations to businesses and communities to help them gain a deeper understanding behind the why we needed the airport and how we would go about executing that. And it was really fantastic. It moved the needle. But Joe was very energized, very positive, and had a really good reaction from the groups that he spoke to.
Joe's done a good job of reaching out to other Metro Chambers, developing relationships, having a strong working relationship with the Kansas City Area Development Council. I think those roles that he served on both sides of the state line has allowed him to be successful at the Greater Kansas City Chamber. You know, he's always good to want to sit down and talk about things. You know, there may be a situation where you agree to disagree. He's respectful about it. He's a consensus builder. That's why he's been successful as an attorney, as mayor, and now as CEO of the Greater Kansas City Chamber.
Being ethical is more than about knowing the right thing to do. It's about doing right and not wrong. But ethics in a civic context, where Joe has put his time and talent, is not always easy. It requires people to come together. And so in order for that to occur, it requires leadership. It requires vision. It requires strategy. It requires relations. It requires trust. Those are the characteristics that Joe exhibits in everything he does.
I think his heart is in the right place relative to how to bring people together and work for the community. You know, at the Chamber, we always talked about when are we going to be leaders, conveners, collaborators. So he's really, really good about extending his mind, his hand, his heart to whatever the community needs. And that makes him very, very successful.
Part of the sense of Joe's strength of his leadership is that he has a really strong foundation. I know it's rooted in this institution, I know it's rooted in his faith, I know it's rooted in his family, and it's rooted in this town.
He's always got a smile on his face. He's always talking about family, and he's also focused on the community and what's best for the community. You know, while he got his law degree at the University of Kansas, not unlike me, I think this 52nd of Truce will always be our home, and I'm really pleased that Rockhurst University is honoring him.
At Rockhurst, our goal was to have all of our students be C students. You say C students? Yes. Why C students? Joe Reardon is the perfect example of a perfect C student. He's competent, the first of the C's. Whether serving as mayor, or as director of transportation, or now as the CEO of the Chamber, clearly we have seen Joe as an exceptionally competent person. Secondly, his second C is one of compassion. Joe has clearly brought the issue of justice to the agenda for the Chamber and the entire community. He's a person of compassion, not someone who finds the solutions, but truly a person of compassion is someone who is willing to enter the chaos. That's Joe Reardon. Thirdly, he gets a C for being a convener for the conversation. We all know how we had those border wars. We don't speak of them anymore, due in large measure to many, but most especially to Joe Reardon. The fourth C, he's a person of conscience. Everyone who knows Joe, works with Joe, realizes that he's truly an ethical person. He's always asking the question, is this the right way to proceed? And lastly, C for character. Joe is a person of integrity. Yes, Joe is a perfect C student, and that's what we expect of our graduates. And that's why Joe is the most deserving recipient of the Rashford Lyon Award. Congratulations, Joe.
Joe, when are you gonna get that airport done? No, I'm kidding.